I apologize if there's any background noise. People are mowing their lawn outside. Getting this set up. Gotta ping the disco. Run it. We're gonna wait just for a few more people to join. And then we'll get rolling with the pairings. It's gonna be fun. This will be fun. This is where the tournament differs from any other tournament. How do you stream your games on TikTok? So you'll need to use TikTok Studio, or I use OBS, but you have to have a stream key in order to do that. How's it going, guys? This is fun. This is where the tournament is actually different from like every other tournament. Pasco, what's up? Pasco, I want to bring you on at the beginning of the Thursday stream when everyone's there, if you're able to do it. It's going to be at the same time as last week started. Awesome. Perfect. Great. Love to do that post-game interview with you, because I know a bunch of other people I got to, but I didn't. You're probably in bed by then. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be good. Hold on. I'm just pulling up the stream on my TikTok too. This is just it's going to be a shorter stream. All we're doing today is, God, I should have brought water with me. All we're doing today is drawing the groupings for the semifinals. And again, so the next round of games is going to be on Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. Same deal as last week. And the semifinals will all, yo, Polo, what's up? Napway, what's good? So this will all be handled on Thursday, and then Friday is going to be played in the same structure at the same time. So 9 p.m. on Friday as well. Again, this is where it differs from previous tournaments in the structure that we're playing. We are playing King of the Hill style. That is why the tournament's called King of the Mill, because we're playing King of the Hill style for the semifinals and the finals. But the scoring is exactly the same as the way you play the game, the way you're trying to earn points. It's still scored the same way. So there's no change in like the way you're trying to play to win. It's basically just different how you proceed to the next round. But first, I just want to do the spinnings for the teams, so that these teams get to see who they're playing against. So we're just going to wait another sec here for a few more people to hop in. Duff said, you didn't see any highlights of Sneaky Pete's on my Twitch. Go to my YouTube channel, actually. I also made the VODs public. I had my VODs set to not publishing, but I published those VODs. So you can go back to my VOD or to my YouTube channel and check out the full stream. And then if you drag through on YouTube, you should be able to see when the Sneaky Pete's are playing. I definitely got in some games of them at the beginning, and then I want to say near the end as well. Twitch, what's up? I saw you in the stream the other day. I wasn't replying to any comments because I'm not reading the comments during the tournament play, because I'm so focused on like switching seeds and keeping track of like who's playing, that kind of stuff. So that's why I didn't read comments. If you guys noticed I wasn't reading comments, I'm sorry. It was a lot to keep track of, and I was more focused on making sure the broadcast went as smoothly as possible. All right, so let's just get into it. So there's gonna be two groups. Of course, it's a semifinal. So the two groups of the semifinal, there's 6 remaining teams, which means there's gonna be 3 teams per group. We have Stone Sloth, thank you. We have the Sneaky Pete's, Cannibal Carnage, DC Demons, Gaming Giggle Fest, Bubba's Bitches, and Jugs of Faith still remaining in the tournament. So right now, we're going to find out exactly who is going to be playing who in this next stage. And then I can briefly go over the structure. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be sudden death matches involved in this. It's going to be wild. Like I'm really excited to see how this all plays out. So let's spin the wheel. The first 3 team names we spin are going to be in Group A, and then the remaining 3 are going to be in Group B. And let's get into the spinning, I guess. So sorry there's no like background music, but I have my OBS like configured a certain way. It's all complicated, but besides that point. All right, let's see. First team in Group A for the semifinals. Looks like it's going to be the Sneaky Pete's. Perfect. All right, so we're going to add them over here. Sneaky Pete's. All right, so we're going to remove them from the wheel so we don't spin them again. And let's go for the second one. Oh, this is going to be good. Now, see, now we have some cross-pollination. So they didn't see each other in the first round, but they will be seeing each other Thursday. All right, Bubba's, I can't type. Bubba's bitches. And the third team in Group A. Oh, this is going to be a good... I mean, both groups are going to be insane, but this is going to be a good group. Jugs of Faith is in Group A. Again, all these teams are playing on Thursday. This is simply showing what side of the bracket they're going to be on. So in the semifinal, you know, you have the two sides of the bracket, and then those teams will go to play in the final. Keep in mind, 3 teams will be moving from the semifinal into the finals. This is a 3-team final tournament, which we have not seen before, but it's so exciting because that means that 3 teams have the chance to compete on the final day of play for the crown, for titles of King of the Mill, King, Queen of the Mill. I'm super excited. So that means we're going to remove Jugs of Faith there. So that means in the second group, we're going to have the DC Demons, Gaming Giggle Fest. If I can type fast enough. And then Cannibal Carnage. Love it, love it. Monarch of the Mill. All right, so we're going to take I'm going to take a snipping tool screenshot of that real quick. I don't know if it's going to show that on stream, but it probably won't. But perfect. And we're just going to save that. So semi-final groupings. Perfect. Awesome. So these are going to be the groups for the semifinals. Again, this is going to be Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. You don't want to miss out. All these teams will be playing on that day. I'm just telling you now, all the teams will be playing on that day, but it's really just, you know, the two sides of the semifinal bracket. And here's where it gets interesting. So no longer is this going to be a round robin style type matchup. You are going to be fighting for a geograph. You're going to be fighting to stay on stage, basically. So originally, King of the Hill was a game that was created where you have to control a geographical region for a certain area of time. And after you complete that, you know, objective, you're crowned King of the Hill. So for King of the Mill, you're going to be fighting to stay on stage. And I have like a little graphic pulled up to sort of explain the rough structure of how it's going to work. The scoring is the same. So like the way you're trying to earn points, you know, the way that we count points for escapes, kills, DCs, all that stuff is the same as the first round. So the way you're actually playing the game doesn't change. Your objective doesn't change. You're trying to get as many points as possible. But the way you proceed to the next round is different. So I'm going to pull this up really quick. And 3 teams will be in the finals. This is a 3-team final, and you'll see how that works in just a sec. So let's pull up this graphic. Perfect. So in the semifinals, here's how it's going to work. And this is just the example of one group. So again, imagine that we are looking at like Group A right now. And this is going to be playing at the same time. So there's going to be the stage, and that's the teams that are obviously playing in the group. This order will be randomized, and I'm going to send out a long note about exactly how it's all going to work via text, but this is just kind of a general overview. So this order will be randomized to start. 2 teams will be playing. 1 team is going to be sitting at all times throughout this round. That team will change who is sitting, but a team has to start sitting. You won't sit more than 1 match. And here's how it's going to be played. So 1 team will be playing family, 1 team will be playing victim. That order will also be randomized to start. I know we have these. I can also move these around. It's not even a slide. I can move it around, but this is how it will explain it. So, for example, when this starts, the semifinals on Thursday, when they start, we are going to roll the order of teams that will be in their placements here. We're also going to randomize. When I say roll, I mean like randomly roll. We're also going to randomly roll the first map's going to be the mill. Then we're going to randomize it every game thereafter. But bottom line is these two teams are going to be playing each other. So team 1 versus team 2, the scoring is exactly the same with kills, escapes, that sort of thing. So whichever team wins this game, and a win is defined as 3 or more points in a single game, because you have to get the majority of points in order to win, will stay on the field and keep playing, and they will garner a win down here in their number of wins. Your objective to move through to the finals, you must be the first team to get 4 wins out of this group. So again, a win is defined as 3 or more points during a match, and you must get 4 wins. And yes, I'll explain how you play both sides. So again, you must get 4 wins to move through to the finals. So you score the exact same as the previous round. So an escape is a point, a kill is a point, that sort of stuff. Let's say for the sake of this, team 1 is playing team 2 on the mill. Team 1 wins. They get 4 kills versus team 2. So team 1 wins. They get that first win. So down here, if I can type, they would get their first win. So what does that mean? That means that team 2 is sent off of the stage. Team 2 is sent off. Team 1 now switches sides, and they'll be playing victim. Team 3, the team that was sitting and waiting, comes on to play as family. Team 2 now sits for a match. So this is the incentive to win. If you win, you stay on. If you lose, you're going to sit a match, but you'll only sit 1 match because there's only 3 teams per group. Now, you will switch teams when, I'll explain ties in a sec. So when you win, you will switch sides, and the map is going to be a new map every single game. Oh, is there an ad? Sorry, I'll wait. Let me know when the ad is over. Sorry. Let me know when the ad is over on Twitch. We got to wait for a sec, guys. I'm sorry. I'll explain ties in just a sec. Any of my friends on Twitch here, let me know. Let me know when you're back. Well, I'll wait for you. Don't worry. You're not going to miss anything. Gotta chill for 1 sec here. Yep, I'm waiting for after the ads. Don't worry. We're back. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry about that, guys. Don't worry. I didn't miss anything. I stopped. Whoever notified me, thank you. Who was that up there? Dilly, thanks for that. All right, so again, team 1 won the first game versus team 2. So you switch sides. The losing team is sent off to sit, and the team that was sitting comes on to play. You don't get ads because you're turbo. That's great. So again, the map is going to be randomized every single game. So for example, the first game, it's in the spirit of the tournament, the first game will be played on the mill, and then we will be randomly rolling from our wheel for a new map every single game. So if team 1 wins their first game on the mill and they stay on the field, they're going to switch to the victim side, and it could be an entire new map for the next one. So we're going to spin it. It could be an entire new map. Again, to get through to the finals, you need to get 4 wins. A win is defined as the 3 or more points per match. When are we rolling? We'll do the rolling to see who starts on stage first that night. So we'll do that right before everything starts. That'll be done before everything starts. Now, in the event of a tie, so let's say team 3 are playing team 1 and they get 2 kills and 2 escapes. So they're tied. In that case, neither team gets a win, but the team with the most XP gathered during that match will stay on stage and switch. So if team 3 ties team 1 and team 3 garnered more XP during that game, they will not, neither team gets a win added to their number of wins, but team 1 will be sent off, and then you switch, 2 comes on. So the first team to get 4 wins goes through to the finals on Friday. So what happens to the other 2 teams in the group? What's going to happen? So what happens if the Sneaky Pete's get their 4 wins and we still have 2 teams left? What happens if Gaming Giggle Fest gets 4 wins and we still have 2 teams left in the other group? Well, guess what? We enter the sudden death arena. The remaining 4 teams are going to be fighting for their lives to get that third and final spot in the finals. So those matches are going to be going head to head, and that will be a fair head to head matchup of one side on victim, one side on family for each team. And the team that garners the most points during those games will then go to play the remaining team in the other group. So, for example, let's say Sneaky Pete's go through on Group A and they get their 4 wins. They're safe. They get to the finals. And then DC Demons get their 4 wins for Group B and they're through to the finals. That leaves Bubba's Bitches and Jugs of Faith. And then on the other side, it leaves Gaming Giggle Fest and Cannibal Carnage. So Bubba's Bitches and Jugs of Faith would go off in a head-to-head matchup. So again, we would randomize the map and we would randomize their starting position and they would play 2 games there. So if we randomize the map and they got Slaughterhouse, they would play against each other on Slaughterhouse, once his victim, once his family. Whoever gets more points, they are going to end up playing the other side of that table. So in Group B, if Gaming Giggle Fest was playing Cannibal Carnage, Slaughterhouse, each, once on victim, once on family. Let's say Cannibal Carnage gets more points, and then Jugs of Faith gets more points. Jugs of Faith would play Cannibal Carnage, and in those 2 final, head-to-head games, and the winner of that goes through to the finals. And again, the scoring is all the same on that piece as it was in the first round. So, and I will explain this again, and we'll have this written out for you guys, but I just wanted to give you like a visual look at it so you could kind of see, because it's kind of confusing if you're just listening to me talk about it. But either way, with the stage, I feel like it's a little more helpful. Again, this is in the spirit of King of the Hill, which originally was designed as a game to control a geographical area. So in this round, you want to control the stage. You want to stay on stage. It's going to be way easier to get those 4 wins if you're doing it all in a row. But, it's going to be tough. You're going to be switching the map every game. You're going to be switching sides every game. It's going to be a lot of work. You're going to feel like you're going all over the place. But we're super excited to see how this turns out. It also gives us a chance for a 3-team final. So in the final, it will be played the exact same way as this. So this is exactly how the semifinals and the finals will be played. Of course, in the finals, there's going to be no like sudden death arena going on. It's just going to be this structure. The only reason we have the sudden death going on is because there's multiple teams going on here. But you know what? You're never out of it. Like in the first round, you're never out of it until the final game. So even if you're not that first team to get 4 wins, you still have a chance. You just got to show up in the sudden death arena and win out. Only one team's going to win out in that sudden death arena. So we are super, super excited to see you guys play. And this is going to be really different from other tournaments that we've seen. So this should be a ton of fun. How long can you go? Can you go on a streak? This round could be very short. If team 2 starts on stage and they win 4 games in a row, they're through. That's it. But if no team wins a game in a row, this could go for like 12 games. So it all comes down to who's ready to give it their all, and also think about how a win is defined. So again, the scoring is the same. An escape is a point, a kill is a point. But now you're not focused on your overall points garnered across the night. You're focused on getting 3 or more points on stage in a game, because that's what's going to get you a win. Do you want to play riskier because of that? Is it going to be more worth it to, hang out in the basement as Leatherface? All you got to do, you got to get 3 points. If you get those 3 points, you get that win for that game, and that'll be added to your tally here. There could be a point where team 2 has, 3 wins. Team 1 has 1 win, and team 3 has 3 wins. Suddenly, it's going to be, whoever gets that next win is the one through. The rest have to go play sudden death. So, again, a win is defined as 3 or more points in a single match. So you got to get 3 kills. You got to get 3 escapes, So think about that. Think about how that affects your strategy when you're playing. Do you want to play risky or do you want to play safer? It doesn't make a difference if you get 3 points or 4 points in a game. That's the same worth in terms of wins. So if you get 3-0, 4-0, or 3-1, 4-0, that's the same, it's going to be a win no matter what. So looking at it makes it 10 times easier to understand. Okay, good. I'm glad. And again, I can run through this again. When is this? The finals is going to be this Friday. at 9 p.m. And that's going to be East Coast time. So Thursday is going to be semifinals. We're all going to handle it semifinals. Friday is going to be same time, same place, 9 p.m. And it'll be played in the same style as well. So it should be, hopefully this helps understand a little bit. So again, example, Team 2 is playing Team 3. They're both on stage. That means Team 1 is sitting out. Again, you'll only sit out one game at the longest, at a time. It's just the way the structure is working. But Team 2 is going to play against Team 3. Team 2 they're playing on the mill, and Team 2 wins. Team 2 gets 3 kills as family. Team 3 only gets 1 escape. That's rough. That means that Team 3 is going to be sent off. Team 2, the winner of the match, switches to play the other side. So if they were playing as family and they won, they play victim. If they play victim and they win, they play family. That means Team 1, who is sitting out, is going to move in to play against Team 2. And the map will change. The map is changing every round in this one. Now, if we go through enough games where once we spin the random wheel, we're going to remove the map so you don't have to play it twice in a row. If we go through enough games to where we play through every map, then we're just going to have to reset the wheel and spin again. Again, the first map on this round is going to be the mill. That's just in the spirit of the tournament, King of the Mill. And then afterwards, we're going to spin that wheel. So technically, you could play the mill twice in a row at the beginning of the night. But other than that, it's going to be changing every single time because we're going to be spinning that wheel every single time. And again, think of this is only for a single group. So this is going to be happening on the other side too. So, think of it as this is Group A, right? I could just drop in the team names here, but this is going to be Group A. Group B is going to be doing the same thing on the other side. We're going to have a graphic like this drawn up, so it's very easy to keep track of during the tournament because we obviously can't use our normal leaderboard that we had for that. And then again, when they go to the sudden death round, when we go into sudden death, it's going to be those 2 remaining teams are going to play head-to-head matches against each other. And at that time, those sudden death matches are scored the same as they have been the whole tournament. So again, if they get 3 escapes, Team 1 has to play Team 2 in the sudden death match. Team 2 gets 3 points. Team 1 gets 1 point. Then they swap sides, same map, so that it's a fair matchup. It's a fair head-to-head matchup. And then they play again, and Team 2 gets 3 more points, and Team 1 only gets 1. Team 2 has more points over the course of those 2 matches, and they're going to go through to the final at that point. So those head-to-head matches are fair head-to-head matchups. We wanted that. We wanted those teams to be able to fight for their spot in the final. So again, out of those 4 remaining teams, only one's going to get through. And if you are one of those first 2 teams to make it into the finals, you will be starting on stage in the final. So that's the incentive to make it through. That's sort of like, I know Ames, you're talking about seeding. Think of it as the seeding there. So for example, if the Sneaky Pete's make it through in Group A, they get their 4 wins, and then the DC Demons get their 4 wins. Those 2 are going to be the ones starting on stage for the finals. And then that 3rd team to make it through via sudden death is going to start sitting out. So that's the reward for making it through. I hope you guys find this as interesting and exciting as I do. I think it's going to be really interesting to watch, and especially to see how it affects your strategy as you're playing. Clint, what's up? But again, guys, I can go over this. I should be streaming on Wednesday as well. And I can go over this graphic again, and we're going to be putting it all together in text to show you guys too. But the main thing you need to know is if you're playing in this round, it is going to be the way you earn points and the way your objective to win the game is not different. Nothing's being scored in terms of like you getting a kill as a point, you getting a escape as a point, nothing in terms of that changes. So it's not like turning everything on its head. It's really just thinking, okay, I'm not worried about the total amount of points over the entire night right now. You have to focus on that single game. Every single game, you're fighting to stay on stage. And yes, this is all happening on Thursday. And again, this will be the same structure played on Friday for the finals as well. So I was gonna say, Moral Medic, if you're still in here, I can explain how I stream on TikTok as well if you want. If there's any initial quick questions, let me know. I'll hang around for a sec. Otherwise, this was my main objective today, was just to get these drawn. And again, let me show these groupings. So if you are playing, those are the teams you will be going up against on Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. I'll be posting this in the Discord as well right after. The team names are fantastic. We have some awesome team names. Guys, I'm so excited. This is going to be absolutely crazy. Best of luck to everybody still in it, and thank you to everyone that's participated so far. It's been such a fun tournament. It's been really awesome. If you guys have seen the replays, like a ton of people are watching the replays on YouTube. Be sure to check it out if you haven't yet. It's really exciting to watch it back because some of the plays you guys make are absolutely crazy. So awesome. But yeah, if you have any initial questions, let me know. If you're playing and you have questions as you're looking through things, please message me. The graphic in the Discord makes a note about how the sudden death is played. We have to update that to be more specific about the sudden death, but it's going to follow the structure I just explained to you. So let me know any questions that come up. I'd be happy to explain it. And other than that, I'll be streaming, later this week. I want to go live tonight if I can, but I'm going to try to go live as much as I can. But this week leading up to the tournament, but I got to figure out my work schedule and stuff. So awesome. Well, if there's no additional questions at the moment, that's going to be it for now. It is going to be fun. This is going to be so much fun. It's going to be crazy. Drew, what's up, Drew? Drew is like, goodbye. I wish all the teams best of luck too. It's going to be so much fun, guys. Fighting for the stage. You got to fight for the control of the stage. It's going to be awesome. You got to see. I'm excited to see if one team comes out and just dominates the stage. B, I want to see what team, when it counts the most, when your back is up against the wall and you have to win out in the sudden death, who is going to clutch up? Who is going to be that guy? Who is going to be Bubba? Who is going to fucking take care of business, close it out, and secure their spot in the finals along with the other two teams? You have a pretty, I'll put it this way. If you're still in it at this point, you have a 50-50 shot of going through. The odds are 50-50. So I'm super excited for it. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be different from any other tournament that you've seen in this game so far. I think I'm really excited about this format, and I think it's going to, again, allow for some interesting strategies to take place. Remember, you only need 3 points to garner a win, right? There is no difference between 3 and 4 points to getting this win down here. The standings. So you got to get those 4 wins. Get those 4 wins. All right. That's going to be it for now, guys. I'll post this info in the Discord, and I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. We did see the tables turn last round. It was crazy up until the final game. Like DC Demons were in the last spot for their group, and they came in first. So it's not over till it's over. All right, I'm going to post this info in the Discord, so I'll catch you guys in there. Otherwise, I hope you have a good